Hello and welcome to this ArcherPoint by Cherry Bekaert Tech Talk. My name is Alex Wiley, and today we're going to be talking about agents and AI inside of Business Central. So you might have seen this new icon pop up if you're using SaaS and you received a Wave update recently. And so sales agents are part of a broader push by Microsoft to have AI agents that use things like machine learning and other types of automated responses to help you with things like retrieval, so analyzing information, tasks, which is what the sales agent is primarily doing, which is going and retrieving things based on prompts, and then autonomous, which is where it's going to be running in the background and automatically doing things. So the sales agent really follows in the task section, and the point of the sales agent is to reduce the workload on people like customer service representatives. So the current use cases really are, the first thing that it can do is it can create new contacts for you. And when you have a new request, if that person sending the request in, if they're not already a contact in Business Central, it can create that information, and it will do that by asking for specific information. So getting names and email addresses, things like that. Once it has that, or if the contact is already in your system, when someone makes a request about inventory, then it can draft a quote for that item and include the most updated pricing using the price list that's relevant for that customer and item that's being requested. And then once the quote is there, then it will draft that for you. And it's important to note that the quote in the sales order step require human intervention. So your user will see what the agent has created, but it won't automatically send those quotes and orders out. Before you get started, I highly recommend you go into Business Central into the Copilot and Agent Capabilities section. You'll see these three links to Microsoft where they talk about data security and privacy, governing your Copilot data, and understanding how that is processed by Azure AI services, and understanding what potential costs there might be associated with using these. And that goes with any of the AI tools. And just as a reminder, Azure AI, if you're going to start using that, look at the AI cost calculator. That's a really great tool for understanding and limiting costs related to that. Before you go and hit activate on that, when you click into it, we want to talk about what are some things to do. So in addition to looking at that document, you want to verify permissions for the users and the agent. So which users in the company should be able to access that agent, and what data should the sales agent have access to within your BC system. You want to set the location code for customers. The reason being is that right now it's only looking at one location code when it's providing availability. So if you don't have a location code set on your customer record, it will look at the blank location field. And since many of our customers are using locations and they are not keeping inventory at a blank location code, it would always assume that you don't have inventory. So that is one thing to keep in mind. Also, use a dedicated mailbox when you're setting up the agent. That's the mailbox where you're going to tell the agent to monitor for inbound requests from customers. You do not want to use your personal inbox for this, because it will look at all of your emails and it could start generating a lot of things and bump up your usage way more than it would actually need to. You want to have a dedicated mailbox for that, and make sure that you're directing specific customers to send in requests to that email address. Going through this, I've already noticed a few things. So if you start getting an error, you want to check the mailbox setup, make sure that permissions are available. This is something that an admin has to do, making sure that the account that's setting it up and the agent itself has access to that properly. If you go into extension management, there's a sales agent extension page there. Make sure that you have allow HTTP client requests set to yes. That will also generate errors if that's set to no. And if you're going to make changes, if you're troubleshooting things and you make a change and you notice that it's still not working, go into the agent and deactivate it and reactivate it. It's turning it on and off again. That's the old IT standard. And that might actually get it to pick up that new setting change. So yeah, go ahead and check those if you're having any issues. So yeah, hopefully you are finding good uses for your sales agent or other agents outside. If you're seeing how you're using those, we'd love to hear from you. Or if you're having issues, feel free to reach out to us. And if you're going to Summit in Orlando, I'll be talking about this subject in more detail, as well as broader talks about Copilot and using AI with Business Central information. So if you're there, I hope you join me. Thank you.